All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Wednesday, December 20th, 2017. And this video is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new, be sure to check out that link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so today we still have the moon in Sagittarius, as was the case yesterday, and the sun still shifting into this constellation. So this is after Ophiuchus. We just had that new moon early in the week in Ophiuchus, which has been about healing and transformation and becoming more holistic through reintegrating with all aspects of life and of ourself. But now Sagittarius is about coming out of that cocoon and into a bit of an expansive worldview. So we could be feeling this with the moon, maybe hopeful, inspired, willing to expand, open to new things. The sun shifting in here for about the next month means that we'll probably start to focus a little bit more on our purpose in life and where we want to put our inspiration. So today, Venus is going to be trining up to Uranus. So nice day with that aspect, maybe some freedom and spontaneity in relationships. Maybe with the things we enjoy and value in life. And as we get into tomorrow, the sun is going to get closer to Saturn. So there is this kind of disciplined energy also available, I think maybe the second half of the day going into tomorrow. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this lovely Wednesday, December 20th. So as you can see here, the sun and moon still in Sagittarius, coming off of this still very new moon, this beginning of this lunar monthly cycle. And it all started in Ophiuchus. It all started with that galactic center of transformation, again coming out of that metamorphosis and into what is now a larger perspective. That's basically what Sagittarius is. It's the centaur. The bottom half is the horse, which is the free spirit, the willingness to, cultivate that open range, be free, listen to that side of ourself, which is almost instinctual in many ways. You know, it is the animal in this constellation. But the top half, of course, being human, is that spiritual side of ourself, which means that with this earthy freedom we want, there is this sense of purpose. That our life has purpose, that life itself has purpose, and finding that. So the sun shifting in here is going to be this focus for the next 30 days with this type of energy. It's still making its way into the actual constellation, so it is going to take some time with that focus. But with the moon here, we're certainly feeling this way here today. Maybe a bit inspired, again, willing to open our horizons, really good for discussing the meaning of life, philosophy, astrology, these types of things. And if you're guided to in this very early part of the cycle to open your literal horizons, going for walks, that type of thing, hiking, adventurousness, that outward inspiration can be great as well. All right, so that's the sun and moon, and of course we still have Venus and Ophiuchus. So with Venus trining Uranus today, there is this really nice sense of something different and new, sometimes unexpected with Uranus. Could be involving relationships. Could be involving our values, even the material life as well, financial for some of you. So a really good day for this stuff, just feeling a bit excited maybe. Maybe there's just some change or something like that that can spark things up a little bit. So good for this, good for just being open to new things today in this Venusian way with relationships or our values. Be open to spontaneity, and I think that'll be a nice flow with this type of energy. Now, I do want to say, though, that with Venus and Ophiuchus, and she's going to be getting closer to that galactic center, actually. But with Venus and Ophiuchus and her square up to Chiron with this trine up to Uranus today, it's saying that there's still lots of healing to do with relationships, with our values, with our sense of self-worth in many ways, our value of ourself. So this is transforming as Venus gets closer to that galactic center over these next couple days, which will be this metamorphosis in regards to these Venusian things, relationships and values. So really good to be open to healing, maybe with a square to Chiron, taking some initiative or some action in the face of some wounds that may be regarding those Venusian things. And as we approach the galactic center, just really releasing, right? It is, again, that sort of ego death with the galactic center that then leaves us feeling a bit transformed as a result. It's just willing to let go of the things that we are holding on tightly to, right? We can have important values. We can have our relationships with, of course, that non-attachment. So really good for that. And then as Venus passes the galactic center, she'll be going into Sagittarius a bit later this week, which does symbolize that, again, coming out of the metamorphosis with our values and relationships. All right, so Mercury's still retrograde, of course, so do keep that in mind. He's going to go direct around Friday, Saturday, so he is slowing down, and so still maybe some things to redo, rethink generally in our life. Good for that adaptability. And then as we go into tomorrow, we do have the sun getting closer to Saturn. So we'll probably feel it's mostly tomorrow, but there is this more responsible energy coming into the picture this week. And so, you know, what can you take responsibly, maybe in regards to your purpose, right? Talking about the Sagittarius, where Saturn is now recently shifted into in December, which means that the next couple years is going to be about taking our purpose seriously, right? This stuff that inspires us, that makes us feel free, maybe about the future, that is our hopes and inspirations, that we can ground, can take the action steps towards. So maybe starting some of that, which we kind of did with the new moon, but now with the sun passing over Saturn, a bit more of that here. So kind of that mixed energy. I think tomorrow, more of the responsibility stuff. Today, definitely on the freer side of things. The moon is going to be squaring up to Uranus and sextiling that Chiron, sort of activating it. So again, this kind of vibe with these squares, just this kind of integration, I think, still needed. It's still the very early phase, again, of this healing cycle. You know, in a way, this whole month, this lunar month we just started, is about healing. So taking things nice and slow, but yet challenging ourselves in this beginning phase can be really good. All right, just keeping things nice and balanced with spontaneity. I think it's going to come very easy and natural, but maybe just some integration with the emotions, bringing the emotions into it, listening to our feelings, staying connected to our soul, our feelings, and our body. Okay, so that's the day in a nutshell. Very good for spontaneity in relationships, mixing things up, early phase of this cycle, and with Sagittarius expanding those horizons. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the daily forecast.